Hello, hello! Apa kabar everybody? And welcome to the virtually Peranakan Fest 2021, keeping our spirit and culture strong. My name is Alvin Un from Peranakan Sayang, and it's my pleasure to organize this festival for you and also to be your host. We hope that this annual 2-day non-stop online festival brings entertainment, knowledge, joy, and comfort in these challenging times to all babas and nyonyas and to those who love our culture around the world, as we all come together to celebrate all things Peranakan. Kamsialah semua datang sini sama-sama kita ya. Kita semua sama-sama happy. Wahi sekali And now for the fourth program of day 1, we are going to Malacca to learn more about the Chim Cheh, the Airwell of Peranakan homes at the Baba and Nyonya Heritage Museum, together with Lee Yuen Thien. But before that, we will have my good friend who is also at the museum at the Intan Singapore, who will join me as a co-host. So please welcome my co-host. His name is Alvin. Yup. Hey, ba.
Hi Alvin, how are you? Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited about this tour or this visit to Thien because I heard so much about him and I've never met him in actual life, and we are going to visit his museum.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about the museum, ba. Do you know whatever you know?
Yeah. So, hi everybody, my name is Alvin. Yeah, I am right now in Singapore in the Intan, which is my home museum. But today's session at 4 p.m, we have this amazing visit to the Baba and Nyonya Museum in Malacca. Now, if you are a true Peranakan like me, you know, our first holidays are often to Malacca from Singapore. And one of the must-stop places will be the Baba and Nyonya Museum. So I've learned that this museum, previously, like mine, was a residential home. It was built at least about 500 years ago during the Dutch period. And what was interesting was the family bought the house over around 1861. So that's what? About 50 years. Yeah, 50.
Very long.
150 years.
150 years. Yeah.
Ago. Yeah, but it was only converted into a museum in 1985. And since then, a lot of amazing things has happened to the museum, a lot of programming, a lot of tours, and of course, they've got the wonderful Mr. Baba Thien, who has been the museum manager since 6 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So, we cannot wait to meet Thien.
So let's bring on Thien. Let's go to Malacca, shall we? Hello!
Hi, Thien.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi,
ba.
Alvin
Apa
and
khabar? This is the Alvin and Alvin show.
Yeah.
Lucky, your name not Alvin, not triple Alvin.
Yeah.
Habis semua. How are you, Thien? How's Malacca?
Fine.
Bagus.
Thien, you're wearing a mask. Is there any reason why you're wearing a mask? There.
Oh, because the museum is open today. Yeah, so visitors
wow.
in the museum, so I have to put my mask on. Yeah.
Are there any visitors now at the moment?
Yes, we have about 5 of them wandering around the house.
Hey, Alvin, we should be there,
Yes.
man. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Thien, so what are you going to share with us today, Thien?
Okay, today, of course, the house is very big. Like I heard just now, Alvin mentioned that is my museum. Actually, it's not my museum. With the Chan family, but this you won't be happy. It's the Chan family's ancestral home, which was converted into a museum. Yeah, in 1985. Not my museum.
Do many of the family members still live in the museum?
They moved out since the Second World War, and they did not live in the house anymore. But they still do come back to do worshipping, ancestral worshipping.
So there are a lot of
7 times a year.
personal artifacts that belong to the family still in the museum.
Actually, the entire museum is of a personal collection.
Oh, wow.
Of the family. Yeah, nothing was taken away or added to it. Yeah.
Right. And today, sorry, go ahead, Alvin.
Yeah. So tell us that you're going to present today about the Chim Cheh, the Airwell. Can you tell us more about it?
Yes. Okay. Now, the reason why I picked this topic is that I think we have touched on a lot of these areas of the house, but I think the Chim Cheh or the Airwell is not really top of its class or top that much, Many of us took it for granted. Those of you who have lived in houses like this before, I think Airwell would be, or Chim Cheh would be an area that you would most often do stuff around it. Why? Because it's the brightest part of the house. And if we study the term Chim Cheh, why is it called Chim Cheh? It's actually a Hokkien term. It's not Peranakan, it's actually Hokkien. That refers to Airwell. In Mandarin, it is known as, if Chim Cheh is known as Sen Ti. Chim Cheh. So, why houses in the past have Chim Cheh like these Airwells, but not houses of today? I don't think any one of us living in modern homes would have an Airwell.
Okay. Look, aircon ada. Aircon
ada. Now, reason why they need to have Airwells in the past is that, the houses like these, they were built next to each other, and if you can remember or you can recall, there are no side windows. Okay, windows are only built at the front, and that is where, you get ventilation from. No aircon in the past, 150 years ago or 500 years ago. So we have to rely solely on the source of nature. Okay, so they have to open up the roof for ventilation and also for lighting. Okay, so as for this house, we have got 5 Airwells in this museum or the
so panjang,
home. Yeah, I will only show you the first one now. Okay.
Thien, what about rainwater?
Yes.
What about rainwater?
That is the third thing that I want to share with you, but you have to wait
later,
Okay.
Thien, I have a question.
Wait.
I got a question.
Yes.
You said that these airwells are existing in our houses, right, in Malacca, and I understand from you earlier that it is a very Southeast Asian architectural concept. Are you saying that in China and even in Europe, there are no airwells and only existed in this part of the world?
I think there are similar airwells in southern part of China where they call it Yuan. They built around it and then they have a middle courtyard.
Right.
I am not sure about Europe. Perhaps they will also have similar. In India, I know they also have courtyards in India.
Right.
In India. Yeah.
Right. But you said that our airwells or airwells that happen to be in Peranakan families or Peranakan houses have a certain distinct, look or feel or purpose. And
Correct.
And I hope you can share with us later.
Yes, which I would elaborate on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you look at where I'm standing, I'm actually standing in the Airwell already, and the sky is actually above me. If it rains later on, rainwater would actually flow into the house, and I'm sure many of you will be wondering, would it, flood our home because the house, you have rainwater flowing into the house? I think they cleverly designed in such a way that the rainwater would only flow into the catchment area, where I'm standing in now, and then it would flow out, through underground drainage straight through the Malacca River. Okay. And what is so different or unique about our Airwells or Chim Cheh in the Baba Nyonya household is that, we combine this Western, local, and also this Oriental element in it. Like, for example, the tiles that I'm stepping on, they are European tiles, And then, if you stand here, you can see all the beautiful carvings like what you have seen behind me. Very Oriental Chinese gold gilded staircase and paneling and everything. And if you also observe closely at the plasterwork around the Airwell area up there, you can see a combination of the Oriental mystical animal and at the same time done in a Western way, because plasterwork is not something of Oriental architecture. Okay, so it has got these different elements in it. Yeah, which make it, when you stand here, this is of a Peranakan house or of a Peranakan Chim Cheh. It's different from those built in other parts of the world. Okay, And what we would do in the past is that, like I've mentioned just now, for lighting and also ventilation, what would take place here is that in the past, the Nyonyas were very particular with the jewelry, diamonds, and so on, the intan especially. Okay, so what we would do is that we would invite the groomsmen to come to the house and actually do all the settings for the jewelry, so that they would not exchange the intan for, inferior piece. Yeah, so it would all be conducted here, and then right in front of the judge's supervision. Okay, maybe Alvin, you can share the first illustration that I sent you. Yeah.
Thien, a question just came to my mind. You said a lot of the jewellery, precious stones, and you have 5 areas. Am I right? You said you have 5, right? In this house.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there any security problem?
In the past, there's no.
I don't think people are Spider-Man.
Yeah. But talking about security, nowadays we have that problem. So many families actually fence up their airwell. Okay, because we have incident for this family in particular. I was told that during May 13th, the house was broke in through the airwell. May 13th during the riots.
Riots.
1959. Yeah, so 1959 May 13th.
Okay. Long ago.
Long ago. Yeah. So the country was under the state of emergency, and then the house was actually broke into, and they actually jumped through the airwell and stolen a few artifacts. Yeah, unfortunately.
Let me show you the first photo that you shared, Thien.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at that photograph, you can see, the activities that were usually conducted around the area, and the goldsmith is here actually setting up. Yeah, so in the past, that was what they would use the Airwell for. Yeah, and also they would actually invite barbers to come to the Airwell and do some grooming, cut their hair. Yeah.
Because it's the brightest.
In the Airwell.
It's the brightest space in the house, right?
Correct, and also very airy. You don't have don't have fans. But the electricity came to Malacca in the year 1920. Before that, we don't have electricity. So imagine you have to actually light oil lamps to brighten up the house. Hence, we would do most of the activities here at the area, like sewing. And also every 2 years when we have the leap month, we would actually bring out all the funeral embroidery to air it.
Every year?
So that, every leap month, that means every 2 years, we would do that.
It's maintenance.
Yeah, because if you don't air the embroidery, it would actually get eaten up like silverfish and other little bacteria and stuff. Yeah, so in the past, that was how we use it. Yeah, I mean, how we do the maintenance every leap month, because we cannot simply just take out funeral pieces, it's considered inauspicious. So what we would do is when we have the leap month every 2 years, then we would air it.
Good.
Right.
During leap month.
So shall we show the second photo?
No. I will walk you through the second area. Okay.
Oh, we're going to second Airwell. Okay, we're going jalan-jalan.
Yes.
Tengok. Wow, the altar is there. We're going to the next.
The Airwell
the
ancestor.
Okay.
The ancestor is the same hall as the Airwell.
Facing the Airwell.
Facing the Airwell.
For me, right? Alvin, I always thought that the Airwell was very functional just for light, but then it seems like it's almost the
part of the house,
focal point for recreation, and there's a lot of other social activities that are done at the Airwell.
As Thien has shared, this house has 5 airwells, so that's a lot, more than the normal ones, I believe.
No, I'm just enjoying to
normally
see
you
how
have to.
many visitors there are at the museum. Despite the current pandemic, it's wonderful to see life coming back to normal.
It's a very popular museum.
Sorry,
Okay,
Thien,
Thien, share with us.
Okay, now I am standing at the second airwell, yeah? And this airwell is the most important airwell for this house. Why? Okay, remember I've mentioned about the lighting and also ventilation. Yeah? At the same time, airwells are also have this feng shui function. Yeah, okay? When it rains, rainwater would actually flow into the house, right? Now, in the feng shui belief, water symbolizes wealth, isn't it? Okay? So when you have water flowing into your house, it's like having plenty of money, flow into your house. So it's like you have plenty of wealth coming into you or to your bank account. Okay? And why did I say that this airwell is the most important airwell? Now, if you notice, there is a goldfish there, right? Now, this goldfish is not just for decoration, it's strategically placed here, okay? And the mouth of the fish is actually connected with the gutters concealed in the wall, yeah?
Wow.
And it reached up to the roof there. So when it rains, the rainwater collected from the roof would actually flow out of the fish's mouth. Okay? Then it would look like the fish is actually spitting out water. Like I said just now, water is money. And goldfish in Chinese culture represents abundance, plentiful. Okay?
Right.
So you have like plenty of money, plenty of wealth, flowing into your house, and everything would be doubled with the mirror placed.
Double.
Okay, you see double me?
Alvin,
The wealth is also double.
we also got this fish throwing out water in Singapore.
Is it?
It's called Lion.
Lion is not a fish,
Well, it's a half fish, half lion.
Which half?
Half lion. Yeah. Fantastic. So okay, a question. Now we're talking about water, right? Water collection point.
Yes.
Do people mandi there? Do people shower there? Wash up?
We have got our own bathroom, for people to actually bathe. So they don't really bathe here out in the public. Imagine in the past you have your maid.
No, I asked that because when I was a very little boy, when I went to my great grandfather's home, and he had because it was quite a large Peranakan home, and there was a large airwell as well, and of course there's those dragon containers or urns, or what you call it? And then it's filled up with water. And then I will run all over the place, and then my mother will grab me and then take off my baju, and then will and it was so cold. It was like, oh.
Maybe they do, they bathe children around the area.
Children. Correct. So, but you all missed the opportunity to see, naked lah. But I was a little boy lah. Okay.
Thien,
Continue, please.
I have a question for you, Thien.
Yes.
You said there are 5 airwells, right?
Yes.
How in the past did the family tell you which airwell to meet at?
They use simple lah. They use WhatsApp. Meet here.
Yeah, here, but we didn't have a name. Seriously.
They have
a name
to refer the Chim Cheh dekat Nya Dato, or the Chim Cheh dekat Rumah Abu, like the one that we were in just now. They will say Chim Cheh dekat Rumah Abu because it's in front of the ancestral altar. And this one, the Chim Cheh at the Tapo of Rigi, got fish, the goldfish Chim Cheh, things like that. That they would refer to. I don't think they would refer to it Chim Cheh number 1, Chim Cheh number 2.
Imagine
this particular airwell.
Imagine if they say, meet at the airwell. Then one went to the number 1, then one went to the number 5, and then they never met. Where were you? I was waiting for you 1 hour. Jam nanti lu. I was at the other side.
Hey, and remember, do note that this house actually, the Sun family has got 3 units of the houses built into one. Yeah, so
correct.
3 units. That's why they have got 5 airwells.
Okay, correct.
Yeah.
Betul.
Okay.
And right next to me actually is it's an actual well, yeah, where we actually draw water from. Yeah, where we would wash, like what Alvin mentioned, bathe maybe for the children, but we would use this water here for washing, like washing clothes and everything. Perhaps Alvin could show the second illustration.
I can.
Yep.
Showing the
Then you can
next
see that,
screen. Yes, the well.
Yeah, where they actually draw water to clean the furniture when it comes to Chinese New Year. They have to actually clean. Yeah, so why? Because in the past there's no water supply. Yeah, so we have to. All the houses here would have an actual well in the house for them to get the water supply, and they would actually wash their laundry, plates, and also furniture and the house as well, using the water that they draw from this area. As for drinking, they won't drink the water from this well because we are very near to the sea. Yeah. The water here is a little bit saline. We would actually purchase water sent by Philip Park in the past. Now we have water supply.
Okay. Very
and
good.
I was also told by Uncle Henry, our MD and also the fourth generation. He said that there used to be a pump here, this flower pot, that they actually, when we have electricity, of course, they pump the water and draw it up. There's a tank up there so that they can have water supply throughout the entire house. In the past.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thien, given that now the airwells are still there and there's ventilation, right? So the museum currently is not air conditioned, is it?
We only air condition two parts of the house, the reception hall and also the bridal chamber upstairs, which actually is quite stuffy. Yeah, the rest of the house is actually quite well ventilated.
Right.
So don't have it air conditioned.
Because I mean, you look very comfortable where you are, so I was
yes, it is. It's very cooling. But the only the negative part of having too many airwells in the house is that you actually have to dust and wipe the house quite often.
Yeah, cleaning is a challenge. The cleaning is a challenge.
Yeah, cleaning is a challenge. Yeah, and you see all the intricate furniture. We actually have to. Fortunately for us, we have a full-time housekeeper that helps us to clean the house. Yeah, if you imagine if myself were to live in houses like this, every day I have to clean.
Why would you alone stay in this house?
I mean, just imagine.
Yeah, just imagine. Okay, we all imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, where else are you taking us, Thien?
Okay, yeah, where we go?
Okay, another two more airwells.
Cepat. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you see, we have got two airwells on my left and right.
Oh my!
It's actually sandwiched. Yeah, the kitchen. Okay, see. Yeah, so we get the kitchen well ventilated. Yeah, so that all the cooking, because we have used firewood in the past. I remember there's no those we have electrical or gas stove now that you have at home. Everything has to be done using firewood. So we have a lot of smoke coming from all the burning of firewood, the cooking and everything. Yeah, so we have to really ventilate the kitchen. So you have two airwells, and around this airwell, is where we would actually sun all the spices, all our rempah, sun dry, and then when it comes to Chinese New Year, we will also make aceh. We would sun the cucumber, and all this would be done, and it would be the liveliest part of the house where the cook, the chongpos, would be busy preparing meals for the family. I think I have it in the third illustration. Perhaps I can share.
Yes, it's sharing a photo with the kitchen.
Yeah. So you see all the cooking is done. Yeah.
Full of activities.
And why we? Yeah, and then as I'm standing here, I can get the breeze, the wind blow, and everything. You can see
that
very
picture
comfortable.
shows a number of people. How many people used to? At any one time, when was the most number of people that lived in this house? Would you know?
I was told that because Uncle Henry has got 8 siblings. With two parents, that means 10, and the grandparents. So perhaps at one time they got about 12, 15 people staying in one.
And when they got married, did they stay
then,
in the house or did they move out?
Some of them moved out. They got another. What they call this? Seaside bungalow, a summer home that they have. Yeah,
Yes.
actually they moved there during the World War. If you want to know more about this family, you can actually get the book.
Thank you.
Where
Yeah.
the illustration is from.
Yes.
Where the illustration is from is actually from the book written by Melissa and also Uncle Henry, the fourth and fifth generation of Sun family. Yeah.
And also to
Actually, the
visit
title
that
is
museum when you're in
Story of
Malacca.
One Little Family. Yes, you must.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I think we
Yeah.
have time to answer some questions. So very quickly, is there anything
Yes.
else that you would like to show us, Thien, or this is the end of your tour?
I think that would be it. Yeah, because
Okay.
the house is quite big, so I can only show you 5 Airwell.
Yeah. So maybe you can answer some of the questions from our viewers. Yeah.
Can,
So
if you have.
from
Yeah.
Shirley Chen, is there a well for drawing water in the house? I think we did saw it one of the Peranakan houses in Tankera. Yes, right?
Yeah.
Is
There's
there
a
a well
well
for
for
drawing
water.
water?
Water well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
That
showed
was
that
the one
earlier
I-
on. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we have Rani who's asking a question. In the past, do you grow herbs that are used for Nyonya cooking in the courtyard, both in the mansion and the shop house?
Yes, we do, because there's no backyard. The houses here for this row, we don't have backyard. Our back is the houses are built back to back with each other, so there's no backyard. We have to grow everything that we need in the courtyard. Like you see, we have daun kadok here for us to make nasi ulam.
Okay. Carol said we don't meet at the Airwell. We meet at the most important place, the dapo, the kitchen.
Makan, correct, Carol, you don't know the house.
Ayo. I like this one from Wei Yan. Ayo, this Baba is so handsome.
Very funny.
Very fun.
I think I know him.
But you see, the
Mr. Tom,
ish
there are 3 Babas here.
that exactly.
Thank you.
Don't know who he's talking about, eh? Yeah. So, Thien, before we wrap up the program, can you tell everybody more about the museum? What they can find when they visit there physically?
Actually, many of our visitors, and some of them actually compared our museum with the museum in Penang and also in Singapore, which have got more artifacts. Yeah, but if you come to this museum, you would experience the actual house of Baba and Nyonya that is well preserved, I would say. Yeah, like how the family lived in since 1896, where they actually moved into this house. Yeah, so some say that they like it very much. Some say that Singapore and Penang has got more things to see. So I think it's only fair that you give your comment when you visit us. Yeah, and feel. Every time when I walk into this house, it's like I'm walking into a time capsule where
Yes.
I would be
I would say that we really shouldn't be comparing the museums, because each museum has its own charm. Each museum has its own history and story. I mean, Alvin, my fellow co-host, you have your own museum at the Intan. Would you agree?
I cannot agree with Alvin even more than that, because ever since I was a young boy, right, I went to the Baba and Nyonya Museum, and that was also one of the most important milestones in my life to inspire me to start looking at my own culture. So I'm sure the Baba and Nyonya Museum in Malacca has seeded a lot of interest. I look at you, I'm Lao Nua, right? I'm Malay, because I wished I would have something like this in Singapore. My home is my collection. Unlike where you are, nothing here belongs to the family. Everything is collected. I must say that in 1950s, I was not one of those that went to your house I went to the house to take anything. Okay, it wasn't me. If it was, please let me know. I'd be happy to return it. Yeah. But I think, like what Alvin said, it's wonderful that you have this well-preserved home. I think even the Baba House in Singapore is different, and it doesn't have the kind of family connection that you currently showcase to your visitors. I just want to ask you, is the museum open every day? Maybe you tell our viewers what time is it open till, and do we need to pre-book tickets? How does it work?
Okay, due to the pandemic, we only open selected days in the month. Like for example, in the month of November, we only open Saturdays, which is today. Next month, we are open only Friday and Saturday. Yeah. Hopefully by 2022, we would resume our operation where we open every day. Hopefully, yeah. Or else we just open perhaps through the weekend.
Right. And then, just sorry, I know
open every day, so no point.
What else can we do there? I mean, is there makan? Is there souvenirs?
We have a souvenir corner. Makan, unfortunately, it's still under construction. Yeah, we would have a cafe. We plan to have, but due to the pandemic, we have to put that on hold.
Thank you, Thien. Thank you. Alvin, all yours.
Welcome.
Thank you, Thien, so much for presenting at the Baba Nyonya Heritage Museum in Malacca. So all our viewers, if you ever have a chance to go to Malacca, you better go and see Thien at this wonderful museum in Malacca. Kamsia, Thien. We'll see you soon, I hope. See the museum and see Thien.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take care,
Alvin, any last words before we go, Alvin?
Well, as a museum owner myself, I think museums are very special places wherever we are. Maybe Penang, Singapore, Indonesia, or of course in Malacca. Do always find time to visit museums often. You will always be surprised at what you're going to get, what you can see at a museum.
All right. Well said, Alvin. Thank you so much for being my co-host for this session. It's been a pleasure to have.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. See you.
Bye-bye.
Well, everybody, we've come to the end of this program. Thank you, everybody, for all your comments and joining us on the tour. And do join us for the next presentation, which is going to start in a very, very short while. It's going to be at 4:45 Apam Balik Tiga Rasa by Luan Nyo of Persatuan Peranakan Baba Nyonya Malaysia, Peranakan. It's going to happen very, very shortly, so do join us at the other link. Thank you very much for joining us here at the Virtually Peranakan Fest 2021. Let's keep our culture and our spirit strong. Kamsia, everybody. Have a great time.